Hi everybody, welcome to No Story is Sacred. If you've never listened before, basically we're four siblings who grew up talking about the art of storytelling. Now that we're adults, we're still talking about it, and we're inviting you to join the conversation. I'm Alex, and I will soon be moving into magical off-campus housing.
I'm Kat, and, well, while all my characters are secretly Pippin, this one's a little bit me too.
I'm Brendan, and I'm the one the prophecy foretold.
I'm Pippin, and I'm a witchy woman.
Nice.
So Al, what are we talking about here today?
I'm glad you asked. Today, we're talking about an untitled story idea provided by Kat. If you want specific content warnings about the things we may talk about, check out the show notes on nostoriessacred.com. The summary provided to us by Kat is, Nazreen, Nas, has recently been bequeathed a tiny bit of money in a shopfront along the outskirts of Salem, Massachusetts, allowing her to escape her current dead-end life and try her hand at what she's been dreaming for years. A magical lifestyle boutique. She knows that Salem can have a lot of annoying tourists, but she's surprised by the number of local kids who come into her shop and ask her for some really weird things. Most of them are jerks, but one young boy, Micah, takes to coming by in the afternoons just to say hi. With Micah's help, and the tourist season approaching, Nas thinks that maybe she can make this work. Until one night, when she finds Micah bleeding and unconscious on her doorstep. Soon, there's a math tutor who doesn't belong, a prophecy that can't be fulfilled, and a store whose inventory is just not making sense anymore. And it's up to Nas to solve the puzzle, save the kid, and make it to the end of the fiscal quarter without the world coming to an end. Literally.
Aw, yeah.
So that's setting the stakes there, pretty high at the beginning.
Yeah.
My girl Naz.
Yeah, her inventory might not be correct.
Listen, that shit's serious. First year of a new business, man. You gotta keep an eye on this shit.
I mean, fuck the prophecies, fuck the end of the world. Mm-mm. Do we have enough product?
What is her overhead?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, y'all are joking. I'm not.
Oh, man.
Alright, so,
Well, how much of her stuff is perishables?
I don't.
imagine if you're starting out a store.
Because, she can probably rotate them.
I have to imagine if you're starting out a store, we're gonna do a lot of non-perishable stuff, like the dried stuff, to start with.
Well,
Cheaper to get.
I mean, okay. If you want to hear my philosophy about how to run a magical lifestyle boutique, read my book. It's coming out in 6 months.
Huzzah! Yes. We can deflect all questions about running a shop like that to that book. Eventually, referral link in the description down below. So let's get right into brass tacks here. What kind of story are we telling with this? Are we going for like the mystery here, Kat? I think I saw some notes to that.
I'm always a big fan of mixing genre, doing more than one genre at a time. I like throwing in some mystery. There is, of course, a mystery because, we have a non-magical person, Naz, coming up against a magical world, Micah and the math tutor and everyone else, and the jerk students.
Mm-hmm.
She is in a position, and she brings the reader along with it to try to figure out what's going on, and that in itself is a mystery, and that's fun. I also like throwing in romance, because I am who I am, and that's all that I am. And so, is that math tutor likely to be attractive in some form? Obviously. Who knows?
Do they wear a button-down shirt and have the top button always buttoned?
Oh, man, that's not quite my thing. Might be Pip's, though, and if it's Pip's, then yes. Because, again, Naz is Pip.
I'm not really picturing Naz as Pippin, honestly.
What you do is,
based on the background.
once she starts having dialogue, then suddenly she becomes me.
Yeah, no, it's creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Read Kat's writing sometime, and
wow.
Imagine me saying it, and it's there.
Pip is calling Bren out. Jeez.
I'll send you a fic later. That's pretty much just me talking to me.
It's true.
Weird.
It was very popular, and people turned it into a podfic. A multi-cast podfic. So it was multiple people pretending to be Pip talking to Pip.
And were any of them me? No.
Did you volunteer? You fucking well didn't. So,
I didn't have all this nice recording equipment then.
Look for it in the show notes.
No, don't. Anyway,
we'll see.
Pip's the one who writes the show notes. So, primarily it's a modern fantasy. There's humor, and it's turning conventions on their heads.
So, Bren was asking, genre. I'm wondering, is it adult, young adult, middle grade?
Ooh. I mean, I would not say middle grade, because if it was middle grade, I feel like it would be from Micah's point of view, where he shows up and has to not tell this muggle, non-magical woman, about why he's bleeding on her doorstep. And that's very complicated.
Could be an interesting, short story.
Must keep my secrets. I must keep my secrets, and I must get those Rice Krispie treats.
Yes. I mean...
And don't bleed on the carpet. That's rude.
It is. It is very rude.
It's so rude. Little does Naz know, but her carpet came with the shop, and it is, in fact, the entry to the portal that only needs a young boy's blood.
Awkward way to find that out.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
So he keeps trying to not bleed on the carpet, and then she keeps being like, no, it's okay, I can clean it. He's like, you really can't.
Or that the carpet is covering up something, like a summoning circle.
There you go. Oh, and then Naz finds it one day. She's like, oh my god, that would be the perfect way to offset the look and feel of my magical lifestyle boutique. And everyone's like, no. Bad idea.
Okay. So we're kind of going the mystery fantasy adult or young adult fiction.
I mean, my character is my age. So, I mean, if you're saying that it's a young adult, then this is a young adult who apparently is interested in mid-30s women who own stores and are thinking about inventory a lot. Now, don't get me wrong. I was also that person.
I was about to say, I think that still describes you.
When I was a young adult.
Basically, the advantage with going with more like an adult, target is that we can lean a little more into the Harry Potter tropes and nostalgia and all that.
Yes.
Because our targeted people have read all that, pretty sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm down with that. As I was talking, the Michael point of view was, pretty funny. But I still would like to have, I think Naz is the main character.
Oh yeah.
Largely because, write what you know is a very handy thing. And what I know is that I'm middle-aged or people older than me would then laugh a lot if they heard myself described as middle-aged.
Yep.
Fine, I'm a 30-something who wants a store. Just like every other 30-something on Instagram. And I feel that we are a great market to write books for.
That's fair.
There you go.
Yeah.
For some odd reason, I'm also picturing Naz now making cappuccinos inside this,
Oh, you
Does the store
know it.
have a cafe?
Of course it does, but it's like a weird, shitty one. So she, has a weird machine and, tea that nobody really wants to drink.
Are there just 3 differently sized tables?
I don't know if there's actually any tables. I feel like she hasn't gotten
Only
that far
outside
yet.
seating.
Yeah.
Nice.
And the really uncomfortable wire shit that aesthetically would work for the shop, but is so uncomfortable to actually sit in.
And there's this one armchair.
Yes!
But it's super freaking comfortable.
Yeah, but that's also why it has a little, one of those little triangle signs that say no sitting.
Oh, no. There's a stray cat that comes around.
Yep.
And
I was just about to say.
It sits in
it's
there.
the cat seat.
It's the cat seat. Technically it's supposed to be, aesthetic seating or whatever, so you can, feel the runes around you. And figure out which crystal you should be picking up. But in reality, the cat's like, nah.
Does Naz bond with the cat, too?
Oh, come now. You know the answer to that.
At first, she's all like, ugh, the cat is sitting in the chair and it needs to not be in the shop because, that's for aesthetic whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But by the end, it's all like, why are you trying to move the cat? That's the cat's seat.
The cat is also now part of the aesthetic.
I like to think that with Chekhov's cat, the cat helps alert the people in the shop to the dark wizards coming.
I would also like to have in the grand tradition of magic popping up where it shouldn't. obviously the cat needs to talk at some point.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
Oh, yeah.
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 Also, the cat totally not a parallel for Micah.
Oh my god.
Oh. What?
Thematic.
The cat's secretly not sailing from Sabrina.
Shut up. Shut up. Oh, wait. Now, so, quick question, you guys.
What if Micah is the cat? You go on.
That's amazing. Oh my god, what if forget, he hasn't been coming by to help her. The cat's been coming by, and then all of a sudden she opens her door one day and there's this bleeding kid, and she's like, what the shit is this? And
wait, I have a better idea.
He's sitting in the chair. Yeah, go.
Micah's still Micah. The cat's the math tutor. Who shows up knowing more than he should.
Oh my god.
And then just goes to sit in the armchair like it's nothing.
And then she yells at him because that's the cat's chair, and he gets all flustered for a minute, and flustered, of course, is attractive when you're writing. And I'm sorry, what? Anyway, yeah, that's okay. I'm down with this. But quick question, you guys, quick question. Mm-hmm. When I say magical lifestyle boutique, do you have any idea what I'm talking about?
I mean, I've been
a new
on the
agey
internet.
shop that would show up in Salem, Massachusetts.
Indeed.
We actually have a couple up in Colebrook.
Oh, we do?
It has since closed down, but there was, for a time, a new age woo-woo shop.
Now, these shops can show up everywhere,
Oh, yeah.
wherever there are tourists.
Every town has one.
Wherever there are tourists and wherever there are college students.
Mm. And often the two overlap.
Indeed. And I'm not talking about like a Botanica or anything like that. The kind of magic shops that are mostly almost religious and that show up in, immigrant or expat communities. That's not what this is about, because, if you look at them, that's not aesthetic at all. That's just, this is the shit we're doing. What I'm talking about is the aesthetic. Probably there's going to be a sign somewhere that says the moon is a feminist agenda.
It is.
Yeah. How many different types of crystals are hanging on the wall?
Excuse you.
All of
we
them.
name them because we are professional magic woo scientists. So, you have to know that amethyst is very good for...
And there's an awkward feeling of how much of this is appropriated, and how comfortable should I be with this?
Now, to be fair, I am going to try to have Naz be cognizant of this. And I want it to be part of what... Like, I want her to have random tourists come in being like, hi, do you have any dream catchers? And she'd be like, no. She might gently steer them towards, I don't know, here is your what's your astrological sign? Is it this? You know what? We have some candles that are very good for Aquarius. And, yeah.
Have a smudging stick. Call it a day.
Yes, a fancy smudging stick. Or direct them towards the beeswax section.
That's a none of yours.
So we talked about the shop in detail here. Let's talk about not warts. The magical school here.
Sorry, that was really funny.
So Hognuts.
Hognuts. Oh, Hognuts.
Oh.
Next year I'll be going to Pig Fart.
So I'm supposing that it is a magic school in proximity to Salem, Massachusetts, because of course.
Because of course it is. It's a magic school in proximity to Salem, Massachusetts. I'm not sure which came first, the witch trials or the school, but they're connected. Also, yeah, that's fun.
Wait. Is the Dark Lord trying to resurrect someone who was witch trialed?
Ooh, resurrection subplot, and therefore they have at least their own internal justification for their actions.
What? Yes.
Weird.
Also, one could say that that's thematically appropriate because Naz is rejuvenating in her new life. She's starting over. She's rising from the dead in whatever her previous life was.
Yeah.
And so we start with that, and that is in fact a theme throughout. I don't know.
Resurrection as a theme. I like it.
What?
What?
And it works for the chosen one, who of course always dies and then comes back.
Oh God, you guys, are we getting Christian again?
That was Harry Potter.
That is Harry Potter and Narnia and
Buffy,
J.R.R. Tolkien and
tons of mythology out there.
Yeah.
Truth be told. Mm-hmm. Actually, before we go back into the magic school here, you mentioned Naz escaping a previous life. What kind of life was that, everyone?
Of crime.
Why would
That's a thought.
That's more interesting than this book. That's a.
I just hear what was her life. I hear life is always of crime.
of corporate mundanity.
So she was good with the books in the corporate life, maybe. And as we all know, corporate jobs, you just lose yourself, man.
But she's also 30-something, doesn't seem to does she have a home life? Yes? No? She's about to get
she just moved to Salem from, New York, right? So probably not.
So what's she left behind? Do we know? Can we guess?
Her old social circle. Mm-hmm. Maybe they were all shitheads. Because, again, corporate slummy life. I don't know.
An ex-fiancé?
Ooh. I like ex-fiancé.
Who left who?
He cheated on her.
Oh, and she wasn't sure if she should leave, and then suddenly she got this inheritance, and she's like, I can escape.
Is it as dramatic as her not showing up on the wedding day, or her just...
No. I'm a little worried about making... I don't want... As fun as it is to have a life that you burn and come back, and start over, I'm a little hesitant to make that life that you burn more interesting than the one that I propose writing about.
I don't know, working a corporate job.
Well, the reader is then faced with saying, well, why aren't I reading that story?
True.
That's why I'm saying, the fiancé cheating and all that, and they broke off the engagement, and she left her corporate, boring job in New York. That is a story that has been told several times, and so, as the reader, we're like, oh, okay, I can understand that. Let's move on to the interesting stuff. Oh, look at this magic shop.
Agreed. Yay, tropes.
Yeah, this is one of those cases where leaning on the trope heavily can help, I think. Because then we don't have to go and explain backstory.
It's a narrative shorthand. For us, we know, shitty fiancé left. Of course, naturally, you're going to start over and do your midlife crisis, which is this weird magic shop.
Yeah. And
like you do.
This is for really pre-writing. Later on, as you get a better sense of the story and what this person is and who this person is, you can always go back and
tweak it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What if towards the end the ex-fiancé comes by trying to win her back? And he comes into the shop and the math tutor is just sort of lounging in the chair.
Oh my god, what if the math tutor is still a cat?
And the ex-fiancé tries to shoo away the cat. It goes into the back room and the math tutor comes out.
Oh my god, wouldn't it be great if he was just sort of standing back seeing how this would deal, and then when the dude's a dick to the cat, he's like, no.
I just kind of realized here, you guys have inadvertently made a math tutor one of the good guys.
Math foils me again.
Speaking of, why is he a math tutor or a math tutor? I'm saying this, of course, with quotation marks.
So by math you mean magic?
Dun dun dun.
Honestly, I originally wrote math tutor because it was, I don't want to say alliterative, because I'm not sure it was, but it had a good rhythm in the, the fake thing I put together for y'all. But, the more I thought about it, the more I kind of like it. I think it's always a good idea to think about the kind of magic you're going to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to do, yay, here's some Latin or Greek. which is, you know, which
English?
is Harry Potter. Which is Harry Potter.
See, I'm a fan of the style of magic that's almost like true namey / we're altering the source code of reality kind of magic.
I'm
Nice.
also a big fan of that. However, in my personal case, I'm actually worried I lean too much on that when I'm writing my magic systems. And so this is just for me. Like, there's nothing wrong with, the true name stuff, which I desperately love. But I was thinking of going more towards the, ceremonial / numerical stuff, like magic squares, magic numbers. What's that called? Numerology, but like, not dumb, except it is, still dumb. But going towards more that. So him being a math tutor is actually partially accurate.
Oh, yeah.
But I still want my to go, this is my maths teacher.
And the character just nods like, yes.
Yes,
I teach math. And the joke being, he is terrible at math.
Oh.
And then like, wait, but you
Like mundane math.
but you use numbers in your magic. Yeah, but that's different.
I would say that he's really good at logarithms and really lousy at no, sacred geometry is a thing. Shit.
Listen, it makes sense when it's magical.
No, he's like bad at accounting and stuff
There
like
you
that.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is hilarious because that's what she did. In
Hey!
the corporate world. Which is why that's entirely stupid that she's doing a business.
Yeah.
And also why she kind of starts figuring out that there's something weird about like this math tutor. In that, like, yeah, she kind of starts just saying some simple sums about the inventory in the shop and stuff like that. And he just kind of does the, yep. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Does she say something deliberately wrong to see if he catches it?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm just gonna throw every trope I love into this. I don't care.
That's the best, like, and I don't want to say best. That is my current favorite way of writing.
Cat, what if there's only one bed?
Are they snowed in?
Is there only one blanket?
Well, there's only one bed.
There's only one bed. I mean, you know, one of us could sleep on the floor. Well, we're both adults here, aren't we?
The bed is big enough.
He can turn into a cat. I'm just saying.
Oh,
He
Brent.
can like cuddle up.
You're missing some very important, trope.
Inappropriate pussy joke here. What? Oh, God.
I'd like to apologize, Brendan. I think I just burned the, the mic.
It's okay.
Anyway, the
hilarious.
point being, I didn't want to love this math tutor, because math hates me and wants me to die, but here I am,
Yep.
in love, and I kinda hate you.
Yep, I win.
Math is charming like that.
I want you to know, also, that the moment you said that he's meant for me, I immediately put him in a vest, because I like men in vests.
And it shall be so, my love.
Pip. Of his collared shirt, is the top button buttoned?
Is he wearing a tie?
No.
Ooh.
Then no, it isn't, and his sleeves are rolled up.
Oh my god, you guys. Now this is starting to turn into a romance. I'm sorry. You're adding a few too many, like,
Let's steer it back into mystery.
sweet biscuits.
It's okay, we'll get back to that when I do my...
When you
My
do like, oh, I see.
I didn't know what I was going to do before. I know now.
So the challenges of being the mother of mothering a chosen one.
Yeah, actually, I mean, this is a thing that shows up consistently in my fiction. And it has for years, is parenting and mothering and children and that whole relationship and how that goes. And so I think it's
like it's important to you or something.
I know. So for me, it's something that I would be happy to lean into just because I think I get some good emotional depth in there. For whatever reason, it resonates strongly with me, so I can put that back in.
Okay.
And also, I do want to mess around with the trope of, you know, oh, there's an orphan chosen one. Where are the parents? Nah, they died. Nah. Nope. This is a mom who came the fuck back. What? Resurrection?
Dun dun dun.
Anyway.
Can the math teacher be empathic and or, helping out too?
Of course. That's why he's there. He's like the magical version of that. That's why he's sort of the liaison who shows up. He's like, I am missing the child that I'm supposed to be taken care of at this boarding school. Where is he? And she's like, he is right here. I had to bandage him up. What are you doing at your boarding school? He's like, excuse you. This is my responsibility. And
we take math very seriously.
And I think that maybe you do not understand how to take care of our children properly. And she says, excuse. They just say excuse me in higher and higher tones.
So, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot.
Having very little to do with that. She got this inheritance, right?
Yep.
For this magic shop.
Yep.
What the fuck's up with that?
I don't know. She needs to get this from somewhere. Okay, I want her to suddenly be able to do this and to, frankly, not have spent a lot of time thinking about it.
Does she get a huge sum of money, or does she get the shop?
I would say that she gets the shop and enough money to conveniently be able to do exactly what she wanted to do. Oh shit, I just thought of something.
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
What if Micah is uncomfortable with the idea of being a chosen one, even though he's young enough that he is uncomfortable with it. He hasn't yet, done the hero's journey bullshit and accepted it. Maybe he's not yet accepting. Maybe he, in the dead of night, under his covers, did a spell. And it was...
Is that what they call it?
Shut up. And his spell was, please just help me. He was just a call to the universe. And magic always works. It's just...
So he teleports?
No. So, monkeys paw some shit, and...
And he magically makes an uncle... Will someone's rich uncle die?
Actually, I'm gonna say that it was because I'm that much of a nerd, I'm going to say it was actually a contract dispute, that turned out to have some, faulty paperwork 50 years ago. It turned out that the person who owned that shop did not actually own it, but that's okay because they wanted to move to Florida anyway.
And somehow Naz was the recipient of it?
Yep. Because her great-grandmother was actually from Salem.
Okay.
That was part of the contract dispute, and then there was somehow a marriage involved. I don't know. Anyway, the point is, nobody dies. I don't want anybody to die.
Okay. You don't want to have young Micah have other people's blood on his hands.
Exactly.
Not yet.
Oh, so Micah put a wish out into the universe, and the universe, said, okay. And it's cute that, you have Micah coming to realize what happened, and Naz coming to realize what happened, and the math tutor coming to realize what happened, and then they make a family.
Aww.
Cat, what happens when the Dark Lord, or equivalent, figures out what happened?
Well, okay, so it's definitely a Dark Lord, because, I want to play with the tropes.
Of course.
Is the Dark Lord a councilman?
Oh my god, that'd be really funny. Because somebody has to have gotten, when that contract got whatevered. But the problem is Salem is a real town.
True. Well, this could be Salem.
Not Salem.
I said Salem with the intentional little inflection of air quotes.
Salem, but with an E and an A.
Salem.
Yes, welcome to Salem, Massachusetts. It's so lame.
So...
Oh, that's what all the high school kids are saying.
Oh my god. So Micah, by the way, to match the Dark Lord being the villain for Naz, Micah naturally has his own Draco Malfoy.
Of course.
Who is the biggest asshole child who comes into Naz's store.
He purposely makes fun of the coffee.
Yes.
Like a jerk.
He has very pointed things to say about her astrological charts that she actually spent some time on. And he's getting kind of a dick about it. But he's also like 11, so she can't really say to him, you're being kind of a dick.
The cat meows at him.
But she is thinking really wistfully about figuring out who his parents are and writing them a strongly worded post-it note and sticking it on their car.
Except they never have cars. Like, these kids just
So
show
weird.
up.
And they're all in uniform, but they don't, like, where the hell are they going? There are no boarding schools nearby.
Are they like,
But are there? I mean,
do they have a shuttle bus?
Maybe they're homeschooled, but what kind of homeschool has uniforms?
oh, you know what? They're a weird church group.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, by the way, she makes friends with the other weirdo stores on her street.
Of course.
Well, yeah.
I mean, obviously. And so then this is also a happy story about community building.
Well, yeah.
Nice.
Because this is another entry in my, I would like to start writing softer fiction. And I don't mean soft as in, like, there's bunches of pillows, although obviously I also mean that.
Obs. Along with that one bed.
Wow.
And the fire's going down there out of wood. They better cuddle up.
Yep, I'm sorry, you go on with your thing. My universe, pretty great right now.
So anyway.
What's in this cocoa?
Gotta drink something to stay warm. What else can we do to stay warm? Anyway, the idea of softer, just being like, you know what, maybe people aren't shit. Maybe the world isn't shit. It kind of is, but it would be nice to have our escapist fiction not be dystopias and apocalypses and so forth. I would like to have some just, you know what, maybe everything isn't necessarily going to be terrible fiction. And that's what I'm defining as softer fiction right now.
Yay.
Legit.
So yeah, she gets her life together, she starts the store, spoiler alert, succeeds, and she becomes part of the local community and does the sidewalk sale days with everybody else.
Aw.
What if
Yeah.
What if they have the sidewalk sales and it's an event and she has a magician outside?
It's the math tutor.
Oh my god, can he be a really shitty magician? Like he's a wizard, but what if he really tries to do sleight of hand too, and he's just really bad at it? He's just a shitty up close street magician.
That makes me think of Aziraphale in Good Omens when he's at the kids' party.
Oh my god. I say. Oh, the patter was coming back to him.
Yeah.
The thing is, he makes an impressive enough performance in the end because he kind of gets frustrated and then, surreptitiously does, magical effects that, they can't see it, but, the end result is and I have a rabbit!
Oh my god, wait. What if Micah's I'll help him? And so Micah makes the magic work, and then, so Math Tutor is completely, thrown off his game because he's like, shit, no, there's a rabbit, but there's also this springy fake one up my sleeve. Fuck!
And the bumbling act can become part of the routine.
Aww.
And it does really well. It helps sales at the store. Huzzah.
And meanwhile, Naz is leaning back against the, window frame, drinking her shitty coffee, and just being like, oh, these two.
How often does she wear the shopkeeper apron?
It's part of the aesthetic. It's a constant.
Okay.
Does she wear a cardigan?
I mean, it's pretty hot right now. I wouldn't say now. Wait, does she wear a different apron like What's Her Head does on Gravity Falls, how her sweaters change?
Yes.
Yes.
So does she just have a different apron all the time?
I'd say so.
Does she sell weird novelty aprons that she also designs?
If you ask nicely.
Yes.
It's if you want this apron, it's in the back. Hey. And I could totally see, as a actor, or as a denouement to the story, yeah, she has, the actual magical stuff in the back.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm thinking that sidewalk shop thing with the magic act, it feels like the epilogue.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, you can always have her while she's drinking her coffee and watching her two idiots. Meanwhile, somebody sidles up and says, hey, and does, mentions the name of the school, which is the password. It's hey, I'm looking for some, whatever, for some numbers. You got any numbers? And she's like, Yeah, I do. Come on back.
We got you.
Then, sparkly, sparkly words about the sunlight hitting the hair of the people, blah, blah, blah. I'm a wordsmith.
So here's a source of potential conflict. Are the non-magic folk, are they supposed to not ever be clued in about magical stuffs?
I mean...
Is it like completely forbidden? And then that's one of the rules of society that we're going to have to upheave over the course of the story?
Well, here's the thing. I'm against having a society-wide ban, because that suggests that all society is static and homogenous, which is not the case. What works for Salem doesn't necessarily work for England or for Portugal.
Okay.
But, at the same time, if everybody knows about magic, well, that's a different kind of story. You have to start dealing with, like, the fucking military or whatever. I'm a big fan of, like, you know how in Iceland you can, like, there are legitimately people who go searching for the fair folk? And, like, you can get certificates in it and shit? Maybe you didn't know that. So, yeah, that's, like, a legit thing you can do over there. I like that idea. Like, people in Salem are a little bit more likely to believe that shit's going down.
Fair. Yeah, so basically they don't, like, remove everybody's memories as general policy, is all I'm getting at. Okay.
No. It's considered a bad idea to let people know. Because, next thing, or it's like letting people know that you can grant wishes. Is that a good idea?
Probably not.
No. Although, by the way, guys, I can grant wishes.
Okay.
Don't tell.
What I'd like to ask, just to kind of, I just want to make sure we're touching all the various plot elements here. What is the incident with Micah coming to the stoop bleeding? What happened there?
Oh yeah, that.
Oh yeah, like the actual inciting
I'd like
incident.
to go around the room and find out what's this inciting incident?
Oh, you want to go around the room, or do you want to get my idea about it?
We'll start with you.
Your idea. Yeah, start with you, and we can all chime in with our ideas. How about that?
So I literally didn't know. I just wanted something exciting to happen. But as we've been talking, I thought it might be pretty cool if it turned out that the headmaster was the bad guy, because that's always fun. So the headmaster is also the Dark Lord. And Micah does not remember what happened, but the Dark Lord has started, kidnapped him and started a terrible ritual, and he managed to IDK escape. But he remembers very little of the event.
Oh, no.
Okay.
And so on, and then things come to a head, etc., and so forth. And that's why he absolutely can't go back to the school.
Oh, and that's why I do like the thing we talked about before, where maybe like the headmaster then could be trying to resurrect an ancient witch or wizard from Salem. It's like maybe the part of their family line. The headmaster's from a long line of witches and wizards.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it'd be cool if like maybe the Dark Lord wasn't actually alive. Like, but do you remember Ghostbusters 2? That's a good plot to pull from, right?
We can make it better.
Yeah. So the headmaster, we think he's the Dark Lord. He's not actually the Dark Lord. He's in fact just a minion who wants to raise the Dark Lord.
Nice.
How about that?
The only issue I might have with that is that might be justifying the Salem witch trials in a weird way.
Oh my god, you are so correct.
Oh yeah, oh shit.
So let's not do that. Let's just make him a bad guy. Anyway, so that's sort of what I was thinking about as we've been talking. But I'd like to hear what everybody else says.
Because that kind of chimes into what I was thinking, where it's like a ancient family member or something like that. So that way you have like this good justification for this misguided Dark Lord, quote unquote, whatever. And they've justified to themselves that, yeah, this kid, we gotta sacrifice something in order to bring this really powerful witch or warlock from my family line back, because we need to, we need the firepower for reasons.
For reasons.
Reasons being, maybe there's other dark wizards about and they want to, do direct head-on-head they want to do a direct confrontation rather than diplomacy or other things. I don't know. Mm-hmm. That's just my thinking. I just like to have good justification for my villainy.
Alright. Pip, what you got?
So, what I'm thinking is, I'm not sure this works, alright? I'm spitballing here.
Mm-hmm.
Except I find that phrase distasteful. Spitballing. How does that even work in context? Whatever. Thank you.
Foley artist for hire, right here.
Gross.
Wait, isn't spitballing where you want to, you try to see what sticks to the wall?
Ew.
It's still disgusting, and I disapprove of the whole thing anyway. So, what if they beat up Micah? Yes, he's the chosen one.
Mm-hmm.
But also, they think he has some sort of connection to Naz, who they think is more important than maybe she is. Or maybe she is super important and none of them realize it. And he shows up on her doorstep, one, because it's a place of safety, but also to warn her.
Aww.
Oh.
Maybe she has something in stock in the store that's actually magical,
What?
and she didn't realize it.
You mean she accidentally ordered the MacGuffin online?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
no,
she did.
maybe not
Oh,
accidentally.
man.
Remember, he's been theoretically helping her out with stocking her store and, having fun. And
No,
Yeah.
she outbid them on eBay. The Dark Lord.
Oh my
Oh my god, she did.
That's so perfect. Because that's the kind of bullshit that this aesthetic store would have, is you've been going out, because you have to figure out the look somehow, but you're a new business, you want to do it on the cheap, and vintage is cool anyway, so she bought something on eBay.
And it's exactly what the Dark Lord needed for this resurrection ritual. Oh.
And we
I
can
love
do
that.
the dark bidding joke.
Oh, God. Oh.
I'm in love with that, but I want it to be really, really subtle. I don't want it to be said out loud. I just want someone to be like, hey, wait, no.
That's proper punning. You
Yeah.
don't just, nudge the audience, go, did you see that?
Or even better, just save it so that it can be a joke for when you're doing a reading somewhere.
Yeah.
His dark bidding. I like it.
I love that. And also it's so in keeping with the general feel of this. And the sort of modernness, because I do want to be couched in modernity.
And it plays into something you've been wanting this entire time, inventory management.
Oh my god! Yes!
Good. Al, what can you add to this?
So,
Aside from the dark bidding.
well, one, I just stole that joke from What We Do in the Shadows, but still, it's a great joke.
Ah, yes.
No, but the Dark Lord...
Well, good on you for citing your sources.
Well, I don't want to commit intellectual plagiarism.
There you go.
I mean, it's what all stories are, but we do it subtly.
Yeah, subtle. Go on.
Now, what the Dark Lord is doing is they're trying to resurrect someone because look at what Salem has become now. A tourist trap. And that shop that just opened. Boutique magical lifestyle.
Ugh.
In my day...
We're bringing magic back. In a very real way.
Oh my god.
Bringing magic back.
They don't like the fact that Naz and people like her are tourists, annoying tourists, you might say, in their very real world. That's hilarious. And making money off it.
Also can tie back into the Dark Lord being a councilman as a dissenting voter on one of her city festival proposals. Always a dissenting vote on magic stuff.
What a jerk.
The more I think about it, the more I'd like to have Micah's magic, the numbers magic that cause Naz to show up, to not be because someone died or whatever. I would like it to be because there's a computer glitch that routed it all to her. Because you know what computers are? Ones and zeros.
Ooh.
What? What's encryption? Complicated math, motherfuckers. So, I would like it to be, what should be a mistake is in fact, the workings of
Magic.
magic.
I like that. I like that.
And then again, no one dies.
So how about this, before we go into any kind of a game for this episode? What's the resolution here? How do we handle this Dark Lord
Oh,
business?
shit. They get voted out of office.
The magical PTA kicks him out of the school.
Does he get arrested by wizard cops?
Can I have wizard
Not
cops?
the wizard cops.
Thank you, Pippin.
Or all free.
I would.
Oh,
Well, I like the idea of it being that at least one of the solutions is that they get voted out because it turns out that the number of woo-woo interloper tourist types that he was angry about actually outnumbers the number of magical people who were interested in keeping the old ways. And so actually it becomes a true vote of the people.
nice.
Thank you. Subtle.
Before, I was just thinking, like, do you think the local police force happens to have a magic person on staff?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, obviously.
So they're clued in a little
Oh, yeah.
bit? Nice.
I'm Officer McDaniels. Magic
In no way a werewolf. Let's move on.
Look, man, whatever you do on your weekends, I'm cool with. Just don't wear your collar to work.
No,
Getting a bit unprofessional.
Oh.
no, this is a completely separate thing. Dude, we've seen your harness.
Ew!
What?
Oh, whoa. Oh.
Too blue?
Too blue. Too blue for even me, man.
It came out of nowhere. I'm sorry.
Right. Back on track.
Choo-choo. Okay, do we have any other thoughts about the story, guys? I mean, I think it's kind of an interesting setup we got going here.
I mean, it should be a romance that leans into every single trope I love, but whatever, we'll do what Kat's doing.
Look, the math teacher is the math tutor is gonna
Bone.
be involved.
Things get intense and his vest, gets unbuttoned. And he pushes the hair out of his eyes.
He does push the hair out of his eyes, I can guarantee you that. I would also like to point out that possibly during a moment of, deep cogitation, he does unbutton his vest as he's pacing back and forth. There you go. That's for you, Pip.
And he's hyper competent when he's doing what he is good
Of course
at.
he's hyper competent.
Anyway, yeah, no, I'm sorry. Let's go back to the actual
Cat, is he secretly hipster ghost?
Why do you have to ruin this?
He could be hipster ghost. I'm sorry, you guys. If at some point at Christmas time I have an idea for another episode, let's just save that, put that in our back pocket. Remind
Fair.
me again later.
I won't.
I will.
Do we have anything else about the story, you guys?
I've said my piece.
I've counted to 3.
I'm trying to think of another romance trope, but my mind just went blank.
That's a good romance trope.
Fair enough. All right. So I think we usually play the give this a title game
Yes, we do. And I've got
when
nothing.
it comes to our original fic.
I've got absolutely zilch.
Nice.
Same.
So absolutely zilch. That's the first title.
Alright, okay. First spitball. Balancing the numbers. No.
I mean, it's the first spitball. I mean, that's part of what the titling game is about. You build off of stuff.
No.
Oh, I got it. I got it.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Ledger magic.
I love that! Oh my god! Because
Thank you, Alex.
that's not Alex, that was me.
No. Alex gave me the inspiration
I
for
got you.
that.
Sorry, I thought you were thanking me for the gasps, and I'm like, "You're welcome,
No.
sir. You are welcome." Which, as
Explain.
the audience knows, sounds like legerdemain, which is another word for sleight of hand, which is so hilarious.
Also can play in hedge magic as well.
Oh my god!
And of course, ledgers are
A thing for accounting.
accounting? Yeah.
When you're balancing the books, that's what it is. They're ledgers. So wait, say it again?
So it'd be like ledger magic?
Ledger witch could also work.
Yeah, but that makes the assumption that she herself is a witch.
True.
And that she fits within this magical thing.
Or ledger domain.
No puns for titles.
Oh,
Only
puns
acronyms for titles.
Of course, puns for titles. Puns for titles are classic.
Don't limit us like this.
Hey guys, remember that first title that we did? That was so great.
Good times.
Oh, yeah. So, ledger magic.
So the ledger magic, that's a good option.
Top that, guys. Ha, I'm out.
I'm not sure you can, because honestly, and then if you pair that with, how do you make a parody aesthetics cover without it just looking like aesthetics. Like, like Tumblr can do a parody by putting up like a triangle over a field of stars and then like putting the word like dick in the middle of it. But but how do you do that with a book cover and not just have it look like, you know, the the cover artist was taking the day off?
Or make it look like running a business from 1983.
Yeah. I mean, how...
Ledger.
I kind of just want to have her storefront.
Like
a very... I don't know, man. This is why I'm not a fucking cover artist.
Is that why?
Shut up. That's exactly why. I don't know, Ledger Magic's pretty good. But does that get in the school thing?
Not quite.
Or the Harry Potter parody?
I mean, can think of is inventory management, which just sounds like the title of a accounting textbook.
Yeah, it does.
Inventory Magicment.
No. Could we have
just inventory magic?
Inventory magic. That sounds like, again, that sounds like something that, like...
A made-for-TV product?
Yeah, or that, like, you know, that one of those big box stores uses as its inventory management system.
Yeah.
But that's what it's called, like the program name. What if it's one of those really long titles? I really like long titles. So let's say it's like, whatever Naz's last name is. So Miss blah blah blah's, Ledger Magic, or
How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the,
yeah, something like that. You know what I'm saying? One of those long titles. You know, Naz, like Harry Potter and so this is Naz and the Mystery of the blah 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 blah.
Well, what's the name of the store?
See, that's what I'm wondering. The store that I want to have and name at the moment is called Sad Goblin Market.
I'm picturing, like, I don't know why I thought this just now, but the Magistrate.
Ooh.
But that was just weird.
Yeah, no, mine is, well, I wanted to call it Goblin Market, and then it turned out there was a poem, cause I thought the poem was good, and it turns out that the goblins are bad guys in that poem, and the Goblin Market's a bad idea, and so maybe nobody would want to shop there. Anyway.
I'm now thinking that the title could be like one of the titles were like those, like how to run your business books, actually. Like, how to keep your business going while Dark Lord is planning your demise, or something like that.
How to run a magic shop, when something.
Like, yeah, you get the, that kind of formula.
I like that. I hate to say it, this might be one of those kinds of books that has chapter titles, because Ledger Magic's definitely a good chapter title.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, as I think about it more, Ledger Magic is probably a chapter head rather than a book head, because if I'm just looking at it on the shelf, I'd be like, what the hell?
That also looks like... Do you guys remember in Parks and Rec, the accounting class that the rec center was putting on? That sounds like the kind of thing that he would think that he would do. I like the idea of having, like, you know, how to do something. And then you could still have, like, a really aesthetic cover, but then it becomes part of the story as opposed to blah, 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 blah. Pip, you haven't said anything like 5 minutes.
Business management in the magical world.
No, actually, people would actually buy that as an actual book.
Yeah.
Still counts towards their sales.
Not on Amazon, they return that shit. Anyway, Pip.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I know you never believe me, but I'm bad at titles.
Miss.
I really don't believe you.
Miss Reaching That Far Morning.
I mean, that was a stroke of brilliant.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I can't, like, force it. It's got to, like...
Come to you.
Yeah.
It's gotta be organic.
Yeah, I've gotta, like, really reach out and commune with my muse. And, you know, if I try to make it happen, she just, like, doesn't talk to me.
It's just very inorganic.
Yes.
I'm digging the idea of starting it, you know, how to run a magic shop when, and then
you could string that into serialization.
Oh, yeah.
yes, which is great fun.
How to run a magic shop when the Dark Lord attacks.
How How to Run a Magic Shop When You've Got Nothing Left to Lose. Ooh, slightly different book.
That's one of the sequels.
How to Run a Magic Shop When the Chosen One appears at your door.
How to Run a Magic Shop When You're Not the Chosen One.
Actually, I kind of like, I hate swinging back to it,
Sure.
but like, I'm thinking like Ledger Domain, or How to Run a Magic Shop When You're Not a Wizard, Witch, or, you know, that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Because like, that's kind of getting at it. And Ledger Domain, the actual thing, is all about sleight of hand and illusions. So it's like, kind of Naz faking it, as it were.
True.
I just don't like the sound of Ledger Domain.
Well, it does, to a certain degree, you don't have to think of the sound. What does it look like? Remember, books are written words. I like the idea of Ledger Domain, though. But Alex, think about the word in your head. How does it look?
Clunky.
Still clunky?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, let me try typing it out.
Because I think that that's something to remember for the listening audience, too, is that, you know, audio is not the same as visual, is not the same as...
Although we have to consider how the book reads nowadays, too. Like, audio-wise, because people are more and more doing audio books for their commutes.
But what are you selling first? The first thing you're selling, theoretically, is the book.
Yeah.
And that's really all
Very
you got to
true.
worry about first. After that, unless you're
That is
selling,
very true.
unless you're selling an audio story first. You know, so if you're selling,
Contact us for podcast fix. Haha.
well, yeah, I mean, like, but it's true. Like, there's some stuff that I would not submit to one of the podcast anthologies because it just would not sound good.
Mm-hmm.
So, not that I was on thesaurus.com.
Wow.
Here comes Pippin, bringing us home.
No
But
pressure.
what about... Fuck off. What about... No, now it's gonna be so ridiculous. And I'm thinking, commercial conjuring. Or conjury. Mm-hmm. Pecuniary prophecy. What other synonyms do I have that can also alliterate?
I like commercial conjuring, how to run a magic shop when you're not the chosen one.
Yeah.
Or when you're not magically inclined. Or running a magic shop for the non-magically inclined.
Well, that would assume that she's the wizard and she's catering to non-magic folk. How to run a magic shop when you didn't know it was real. What can we make that sound better, but you get that same idea?
Running a magic shop when you blah.
I do like commercial conjuring, though.
How to run the magic...
Running a magic shop when you are not magically inclined.
Damn it!
Like, we're close.
We're so close.
Running a magic shop with... And,
This is what I get for not having my notebook with me. I usually write these down. And then I read out loud what we talked about. God damn it.
Yeah, this is all on you.
running a magic shop for the mundane? No.
No, that means
That's the
that
same
the
thing.
shop is for.
Yeah. How about the accidental magic shop? Because then it's got multiple levels. It doesn't bring in the math or the accounting, but frankly, that could just be me being interested in things. But it's an accident because she wasn't meant to have it. You know, that's part of what ties into the big plot with the councilman. And it's an accidental magic because it's actually magic in there.
True.
That could work.
It's not what I'd call inspired, but...
And then we have all these kind of clever titles for chapter heads, like the Ledger Domain or the Ledger Magic, commercial conjuring. That's when she gets her stock.
Balancing the books.
How to run a magic shop when you're not the chosen one, which is when she finds out there's a chosen one.
Yes.
Wait, I'm just gonna... Because the accidental magic shop sounds so like something that's a title, I'm gonna check to make sure it's not actually a title already. I mean, not to a certain degree, not that it matters. Like, if it's from a book from, like, 1965 or whatever, it doesn't really matter. But if it's from, like, 2012, it kind of does. No results found! The closest we get we get Accidental Magic by E. Nesbitt, and then The Magic Shop, which comes from, like, 12 billion different things.
Yeah. I think the accidental magic shop can work. All right. So, do we like Accidental Magic Shop, and then we can have all these other titles we were talking about as chapter heads?
I like that.
Yeah.
Because also, you know what it does? And I didn't realize this is the feel that I was going for, but I kind of love it. When I was a kid, I loved, like, Bruce Coville's Magic Shop books. When I was younger, I loved reading Harry Potter, but I still love reading this stuff. I feel like this is a YA book for adults. Does that make sense?
Yay. Yeah, sure.
I mean, I don't mean that it's got the charm and the hopefulness and the silly, bullshit gimmicks of, I guess, of the YA fantasy from when I was a kid. But it gets to be for the 30-year-old who hasn't grown out of it.
Oh.
Thank you.
And then we have the hot math tutor.
Then we have the hot math tutor. Woo! I would a little too loudly into the mic there, sorry.
So, do we have any other thoughts, comments, extra little quips about the Accidental Magic Shop?
He wears glasses.
They all
Of
wear
course he
glasses.
does.
Let's be honest here. They all wear glasses.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Because they're all Pippin.
Actually, in this case, because they're all Darcy. Darcy Lewis from the Avengers.
Ah, legit.
Thank you.
I wasn't imagining Nas wearing glasses.
When you write it, you can write it where she doesn't wear glasses. How about that?
Fair.
There you go.
She has long, curly, dark hair, though.
Actually, I pictured her with wearing really super cute hijabs.
Ah, fair enough.
Like really super cute ones. And like she says like her magic trick is that she actually wears another one underneath so that if somebody rips it off, then she has another one.
So do we have anything else, guys?
Alright, I think I'm good.
Same.
Awesome. Thank you so much, you guys. This was super fun.
Yeah. Want to lead us up?
So as always, if you have a story to submit, head on over to nostorysacred.com/submission. Follow us on Twitter at nostorysacred or send an email through contact@nostorysacred.com. Your hosts have been Alex McDonald, Brendan McDonald, Pippin McDonald, and Catherine Creighton. Editing for this episode done by Brendan. Transcript done by Ashley DaCosta. Art by Jay Wolf. Show notes and transcript are available at nostorysacred.com. Thanks for listening, everybody, and please rate, review, and subscribe to No Story is Sacred. Now also on... where is it now?
Spotify.
Ooh. You can also visit our Patreon page to support the show and get neat rewards at patreon.com/nostorysacred. See you next time when we talk about Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Until then,
Wow.
No Story is Sacred, and any story can be changed.
They didn't even plan that.
I'm Kat,
I'm Brendan.
I'm Pippin.
And I'm Alex.
and we're
No Story is Sacred.
Dude.